Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the University of Technology, Sydney for today's graduation ceremony. Please take your seats now and take a moment to check that your mobile phone and any other electronic devices are turned off or set to silent. We ask that you respect the decorum and significance of this event and that you refrain from doing anything which might interfere with the ceremony. In particular, you are asked to remain behind the yellow lines marked on either side of the auditorium and not to stand in any of the doorways or walkways. Whilst you are welcome to take photos, please do not use any flash photography. If you need to leave the Great Hall during the ceremony, please do so via the doors at the rear of the hall. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please follow the instructions of university staff. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession is about to enter. Would you please stand and remain standing for the national anthem?
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and wealth of toil, our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome. I'm Tim Maillet, Head of Future Learner Attraction and Admissions. Graduations are one of the university's most important events, and we're delighted to resume ceremonies now in 2022. I'd like to introduce to you the people who are here on stage. Seated at the center of our stage is Emeritus Professor Tony Baker, who will preside over the ceremony. Ms. Alana Valentine, playwright and UTS Alumni Award recipient 2021, our occasional speaker. Associate Professor Susie Kamas, Associate Dean International, who will be presenting graduates. To the other people seated on stage, our professors, academic and professional staff from faculties and institutes who have played such a large part in the success of today's graduates. It now gives me great pleasure to invite Emeritus Professor Tony Baker to formally open proceedings.
In the name of the Council, I declare this congregation of the University of Technology, Sydney, duly assembled. On behalf of the University of Technology, Sydney, before we begin the proceedings and on behalf of all those present, I would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. It is upon their ancestral lands that UTS stands. Similarly, I would also like to pay respects to the elders, both past, present and emerging, acknowledging them as the traditional custodians of knowledge for this place. In this graduation ceremony, we will celebrate the conferral of awards upon graduates from the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences and Faculty of Health. Today's ceremony marks a great achievement for the graduates and recognises the support which they have received from family and friends, many of whom are here today. We warmly welcome you, and together we celebrate the achievements of the graduates. Completing a degree is a significant achievement in anyone's life, and we should never underestimate the sacrifices made and the hard work undertaken that has led you to today. We will celebrate with each graduate as they cross the stage, but perhaps we could commence our celebrations by congratulating our graduates. Congratulations. On behalf of the university, I would particularly like to express our appreciation for the patience of all of today's graduates, families and friends in waiting out the pandemic to attend this special milestone event. There's a bit of optimism there that the pandemic's actually over, but we'll see. It has been a difficult 2 years for people in all corners of the globe, and today we acknowledge the impact on our UTS community and celebrate our resilience. We are delighted that you are here today, and we hope it will be a memorable occasion for you all. Graduation is as important to family and friends as it is to graduates and indeed the university. So on behalf of all of us at UTS and in concert with our graduates, I would like to say thank you to the family members and friends joining us today for all of your support during the learning journeys of these graduates. Graduates, can you please let them know how much we appreciate their support? I wish to say a couple of things to our graduates. Graduation is a turning point in your life, and today you have graduated from a world-leading University of Technology and Australia's #1 young university. At UTS, you gained much knowledge, learnt many new skills, realised how to communicate your ideas, and discovered how to work effectively with others. For some of you, that occurred in an international context, but for all of you here today, graduating from UTS marks your emergence as a global citizen. You will be held in high esteem thanks to the high-quality education you have received with us here at UTS. Please remember that with pride. Life beyond UTS will bring you both opportunities and challenges. You will encounter many such opportunities as you start or continue in your careers, and you may well enjoy exciting prospects across the world as borders open again. More importantly, you'll have opportunities to influence lives and the quality of those lives across the globe. Equally, the challenges that you face after graduation have never been greater. Scrutiny and expectation from society is high and will only increase over time. So I'd like to leave you with two guiding principles. The first of these is to use your knowledge and skills for the very best interests of humanity, including for future generations, because the future depends on all of us using our talents for the benefit of the world and its communities in which we live our lives. Your contribution will ensure a more prosperous, inclusive and sustainable society for people everywhere. I ask you as a UTS graduate to ensure that you leave the world in a better state through your efforts and contribution. And the second thing that I would ask is that you always remember throughout your career to maintain the highest professional and personal integrity. I have no doubt you will face, as all of us do, many ethical dilemmas and challenges, personally and professionally. I ask you all as UTS graduates to remember to maintain your professional pride, because this is essential if your integrity and the worth of your UTS education is to be maintained. In large part, you have the efforts and ethics of many UTS graduates who came before you to thank for the university's reputation. Likewise, you share that obligation to maintain this reputation for the UTS students of today and the graduates of tomorrow. Please keep in mind these guiding principles at all times and make yourselves, your families, and your university proud of you. Finally, I also want you to continue to enjoy the benefits of an ongoing relationship with UTS as your university. Stay connected with this world-class institution and stay curious. This will not be the end of your learning journey, and we look forward to you continuing your journey with us in years ahead. In the meantime, know that today you join a group of over 245,000 UTS alumni around the world in various professions. Your alumni office will be your lifelong connection to UTS, no matter where your careers and lives take you. On behalf of the Council of the University of Technology, Sydney, I congratulate all of our UTS graduates on their achievements in obtaining the awards for which they have qualified. Congratulations, UTS graduates. I now invite Associate Professor Susie Kamas, Associate Dean International, to present graduates.
Emeritus Professor Baker. I invite graduates in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences to stand. Emeritus Professor Baker. The UTS Council has resolved that candidates recommended to it by the faculty boards in Arts and Social Sciences and Health are eligible for awards, have completed all requirements of a course of study approved by the board, and has conferred these awards upon them. Emeritus Professor Baker. I now present those graduates from the Faculties of Arts and Social Sciences and Health who are here before you to acknowledge the awards for which they have qualified.
On behalf of the Council of the University of Technology, Sydney, I congratulate graduates on their achievements in obtaining the awards for which they have qualified.
Graduates, please be seated. Emeritus Professor Baker. The Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences has a long tradition of research excellence. We describe, understand, and address important research problems and questions in innovative and productive ways. Our research features a collaborative and interdisciplinary approach in partnership with the professional fields with whom we engage, and which allows students to submit innovative, creative work. Emeritus Professor Baker, I present to you graduates receiving doctoral research degrees. The following students have graduated with the Doctor of Creative Arts. Layla Stevens, for a thesis entitled After Images, Constructing a Counter-Archive of South Bali Histories Through Moving Image, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Ilaria Varnikaria, co-supervisors Alice Loder and Paul Vincent Allotson. Emeritus Professor Baker, I present to you Dr. Layla Stevens. Doctor of Philosophy, Li Lim, for a thesis entitled Australia as the Most Successful Multicultural Society in the World, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Emeritus Professor Andrew Henry Jakubovic and co-supervisor Christina Ho. Emeritus Professor Baker, I present to you Dr. Li Lim. Bruce Carter, for a thesis entitled Peculiar Gift, Bombay's Irani Cafes and Mumbai's Heritage, an Oral History, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Devlina Ghosh and co-supervisor Paula Ivy Hamilton. Emeritus Professor Baker, I present to you Dr. Bruce Carter. Berry Cheng, for a thesis entitled Investigating Chinese Microblogging Through a Citizen Journalism Perspective, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Buva Narayan and co-supervisor Saba Babawi. Emeritus Professor Baker, I present to you Dr. Berry Cheng. Christopher Michael Conroy, for a thesis entitled Body of Leaders, How Can Creative Practice Research Float the Potential for New Forms of Leadership Behaviour in Organisations, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Craig Batty, co-supervisor Noel Maloney and Professor Carl Henrik Rhodes. Emeritus Professor Baker, I present to you Dr. Christopher Michael Conroy. Maureen Constance Henninger, for a thesis entitled Access to Government Information, Understanding Facilitators and Constraints, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Hilary Yerbury and co-supervisor James Goodman. Emeritus Professor Baker, I present to you Dr. Maureen Constance Henninger. George Michael John Rore, for a thesis entitled Utopian Antipodes, the influence on Tommaso Campanella and Pedro Fernandez de Quiros on Spanish Habsburg Messianism, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Andrew Wright Hurley and Co-Supervisor Jeffrey Broward. Emeritus Professor Baker, I present to you Dr. George Michael John Rore. From the Faculty of Health, the following student has graduated with the Doctor of Philosophy. Anne-Marie Therese Watherow, for a thesis entitled Not Knowing What Is Going On, the Experiences of People with Deaf Blindness, Dual Sensory Impairment in Australian Hospitals, a Mixed Methods Study, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Distinguished Professor Elizabeth Sullivan and Co-Supervisor Professor Diana Slade and Dr. Sarah Wayland. Emeritus Professor Baker, I present to you Dr. Anne-Marie Therese Watherow. Emeritus Professor Baker, we will now present to you our coursework graduates receiving awards today.
The following students have graduated with the Executive Master of Strategic Communication: Hannah Lewis-Dolby, Master of Advanced Journalism, Dylan Malcolm D'Souza, Master of Arts in Creative Writing, Kylie Ann Keogh, Judith Patricia Morrison, David William Naylor, Gemma Caitlin Noon, Jocelyn Prasad, Master of Digital Information Management, Fan Hua Melanie Ching, Master of Media Arts and Production, Birendra Kawa, Joseph Junior Schwarzkopf, Master of Strategic Communication, Chen Zihu. Davina Ann Russell. Aphrodite Zafiropoulos. Bachelor of Communication, Media Arts and Production, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, Stephanie Stewart. Bachelor of Communication, Digital and Social Media, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, Natasha Maria Rybel. Cindy Yip. Bachelor of Communication, Digital and Social Media, Diploma in Innovation, Marcus Christopher Billingham Yuen. Bachelor of Communication, Digital and Social Media, Charlotte Eloise Barrington Best. Amelia Bettridge. Deandra Puteris Tendana. Peter Colonelli. Marilyn Matobi Costa. Lucy Crossing. Elizabeth Mary Din. Zara Rose Mattison Elliott. Veronica Eze. Amber Billy Heaford. Alana Evangelia Capetanellis. Helen Lair. Stephen Lim. Shaolin Liu. Jack Mahoney. Camry Justerine Malabanan. Christine Menzel. Brooke Ellen Otley. Amelia Reed. Amelia Elizabeth Shelston. Addison Sherry. Kevin Huai Viet Chan. Hannah Wynyard. Vivian Zhang. Bachelor of Communication, Journalism, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, Sophie Carlton. Dylan John Crismail. Krishani Danji. Mariela Escobar. Liam Robert Kennedy. Manoli Stephen Luxford. Dominic Ryan. Matthew Henry Sullivan. Bachelor of Communication, Journalism, Bachelor of Languages and Cultures, Gemma Louise Samut. Bachelor of Communication, Journalism, Diploma in Innovation, Olivia Billitz. Bachelor of Communication, Journalism, Diploma in Languages, Olivia Stanley. Bachelor of Communication, Public Communication, Diploma in Languages. Yin Selena Chen. Bachelor of Communication, Journalism, Katrina Louisa Borg. Elise Holly Brown. Patty Burton. Courtney Deeks. Samuel Greco-Schwartz. Zoe Olivia Iron. Sarah Kessler. Alexander Lewis. Antonia Mangos. Rebecca Milligan. Mandy Carly Overton. Joshua Reyes. Bachelor of Communication, Public Communication, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, Ava Celine Elfie. Amy Lee. Jessica Elaine Nutt. Alessandra Papalettera. Bachelor of Communication, Public Communication, Diploma in Languages, Nicole Helen Toblib. Bachelor of Communication, Public Communication, Gabriella Abruzzo. Haley Amalfi. Olivia Yuri Ahn. Jewelai Tamara Azar. Sharai Behrens. Isabella Biazetto. Paul Corona. Vanessa Shamun. Cynthia Chung. Anne Chow. Joanna Chubb. Tang Ha Do. Stephanie Dubetsovska. Emily Gilks. Maya Lucia Yurlina. Michael Ohanes Kedelarian. Odina Cliffin. Madison Langshaw. Hannah Linich. Kaylee Brooke Liu. Jia Chi Mai. Sophie Manning. Taylor Massingham. Amy Manu Melsum. Tai Tu Fong Nguyen. Bridget Patterson. Connie Platania. Fahira Amanda Ritsky. Juliet Shoebridge. Natasha Kate Spencer. Ashley Rose Stevens. Catherine Sulaiman. Rebecca Sullivan. Lucy Zhizhou Sun. Megan Y. Si Tang. Kalila Rose Welch. Claire White. Anna Eliza Wingrave. Jingxian Zhong. Bachelor of Communication, Social and Political Sciences, Bachelor of Laws, McLean Stephen Coles Cowan. Bachelor of Arts in Communication, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, Prachi Vikash Parekh. Eliza Bridget Walsh. Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Education, Andela Subatits. Bachelor of Global Studies, Charlotte Steele Millam.
Emeritus Professor Baker. This concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. Emeritus Professor Baker. Before I introduce the occasional speaker, I wish to add my congratulations to the new graduates. Our occasional speaker today is Alana Valentine. Alana is one of Australia's most acclaimed playwrights, described by Time Out as an essential Australian dramatist, who writes the marginalised and oft-persecuted fringes of Australia into our dramatic canon with long-denied dignity and grace. Alana is the 2021 UTS Alumni Award for Excellence for the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, as well as the Chancellor's Award for Excellence, for which she was co-recipient. She is a graduate of UTS with a Bachelor of Arts in Communications. She also has a graduate diploma in Museum Studies from the University of Sydney, and that is the green you see in her academic dress. If you are a Sydney resident, this year you might have seen her play, Wayside Bride, at Belvoir Street Theatre in Surrey Hills during April and May. Or you may have seen her work with Bangarra Dance Theatre at the Ross Packer Theatre in Walsh Bay for the Sydney Theatre Company production of Wu Jung, Not the Past, which she co-wrote with Bangarra Artistic Director Stephen Page. If you attended this year's Adelaide Festival, you might have seen the acclaimed oratorio Watershed, The Death of Dr. Duncan, co-written with Christos Solkis, with music by Joe Twist and directed by Neil Armfield. Her work with the puppet company Earth, called Arc, will premiere at the Sydney Opera House in late September. She has won numerous Helpman, Green Room and State Literary Awards, as well as multiple awards from the Australian Writers Guild. She has also received a Centenary Medal for her work on the Centenary of Federation, a cultural leadership grant from the Australia Council for the Arts and the Literature Fund Fellowship. And she does have a website in her name, alanavalentine.com, if you would like to know more or purchase any of her more than 25 published plays and books of non-fiction. Most interestingly, Alana began this illustrious career after she graduated from UTS with an Advertising Federation of Australia internship as a copywriter at Monaghan Damon Adams in North Sydney. It gives me great pleasure to invite Alana Valentine to deliver the occasional address.
I acknowledge the elders of the Gadigal land on which we meet, and I pay my respect to them for their sacred custodianship of this land, as well as paying my respect to any other First Nations people here today. I pay respect also to Emeritus Professor Tony Baker, to the presiding faculty dean, staff, distinguished guests, family, friends, and the reason we are all here, our graduates. I cannot know what each of you have struggled against to get to this day, but I am a professional storyteller, so I can use my dramatic skills to imagine and my creativity to conjecture some of the practical hurdles you may have had to vault. I know that some of you will have faced financial difficulties, family dramas, crises of confidence, betrayals by others, loss of your phone, loss of your keys, striking rail workers, low-speed internet, and oh yes, the great unmentionable, the communicable disease with the masks and the vaccinations and the cabin fever. But I don't think I would be able to sell the story, the script of a story that focused just on those elements. To sell a story, you have to shape it to fit the audience that the story is going to be received or watched or enjoyed by. For instance, if I was pitching to write the journey of your graduation as part of the Marvel series of global cinematic blockbusters like Thor, I would show you bravely fighting your way to an eternity altar where, after coming to blows with crowds of superheroes, you would use your one and only wish for anything in the world to ask for a degree from the University of Technology in Sydney. If I were writing the years of your journey to graduation as a journalism feature for an online news outlet, I might interview a cross-section of students and focus on generational change in graduate expectation, the mobility of workers across various sectors of the arts, and the economic prospects of graduates as they relate to gender and diversity. And if I were writing your story for a genealogy or family history documentary series, I might trawl the archives and find out the incredible journeys that many of your forebears made to get you to this place at this time. The truly generous acts of sacrifice and courage that your parents and grandparents and great-grandparents and back and back and back made, their hopes and their dreams, and the joy every single one of those ancestors are feeling for your huge achievement of graduation on this day. When I graduated with a BA in communications, I was the first in my family to secure a university degree. I had majored in professional writing and radio production, but having put myself through university by working 3 jobs, yes, at the same time, I was keen to secure a living wage. I applied for and received a fellowship from the Advertising Federation of Australia, a 9-month placement at Monaghan, Damon and Adams, which was an Australian-owned agency in North Sydney. The fellowship meant that I would spend 3 months in media, 3 in management and 3 in creative. I have no doubt that my training during this remarkable opportunity fitted me for a life in the many areas of the arts to which I would soon migrate. I wrote a stage play for the Australian Theatre for Young People, and it was produced at the Wharf Theatre in Sydney. Then I migrated to Grundy Television, where I worked as a script editor. I wrote patter for comedians, I wrote articles for newspapers and magazines. I worked for ABC Radio as a radio drama producer. I went to the National Institute of Dramatic Arts and expanded my capacity for playwriting. I won international stage and radio competitions. I had my work produced on BBC Radio, Icelandic Radio, the London stage, the Washington stage, the New York stage. I wrote MacLeod's Daughters and for Bangarra Dance Theatre and for the Goulburn Regional Art Gallery. I've been writer-in-residence in high schools, in prisons, and the Charles Perkins Centre, a world-leading science facility in research around metabolic syndrome, kidney disease and obesity. My goddaughter Natalie tells me that I am an honorary millennial because I wanted to try as many kinds of writing across the entire spectrum of the arts as possible. I still do. All of which I mention to say this: the degree you receive today is a passport to endless possibility. What you have been taught, the great privilege you have received, is to learn how to think strategically, perceptively, laterally, creatively, conceptually. You may work in the field for which you have earned a degree, or you may take those lessons and cross-pollinate some other field or various other fields, as I have. Today, I am not writing this story for anyone but us, you and me, and these proud members of the Academy who have gathered to welcome you into the prestige of being a university graduate and a PhD. Your friends, your families and teachers and others, it's just us here today, just us. So I can write this speech a bit like a rally cry and a little bit like Mother of the Bride. In that voice, I want to say to you how deeply I congratulate each and every one of you for the journeys you have made to know what your purpose in life is, what your priorities in life are, and how courageously you have negotiated and will continue to negotiate change. I cannot know what each of you have struggled against to get to this day, but I know that most of us, every day, think about what we are doing and why. And do we still want to be doing it and why? And we lose hope and we get disillusioned with the world. And then the next day we meet someone or we learn something new and we get our hope back and we get awe-inspired by the world and its possibilities. Every day you did that and you never gave up on yourself and your commitment to securing this degree. You might have come close. You might have zoned out. You might have wondered if this was really what you wanted. There were days that you wanted to chuck it all in and days when you raged at how unfair and untenable and unbelievably hard it was to do what should have been simple and easy. Days when you just couldn't make it work. But then you did. And someone helped you get there. And someone said, hey, we know it's hard, but we want you to make it. There are people in this room, your teachers and your family and your friends and the administrators and the governors of UTS who have willed you to succeed, and they have given their life's work to help you do your life's work. So, congratulations. Just here, just among ourselves, just for this one special and totally focused moment, we applaud you. We raise you up. We celebrate all the stories that have come together to make your story today the story of graduating from the University of Technology in Sydney. I wish you all the best now to write the story of the next part of your lives.
Well, I certainly would like to thank our occasional speaker, Alana Valentine, for the occasional address on this important day for the UTS, our new UTS graduates. It was delivered with a lot of emotion. It was very moving. Can I say I was very tickled by the idea of having to struggle against superheroes to fulfil your life's wish to get a UTS degree. I thought that was rather interesting. But the other thing that came across strongly for me, and I've got to put my hand on my heart here and say I'm but a simple scientist, is the importance of writing. Everything Alana talked about was writing in different contexts. And writing is important for everybody. The capacity to be able to communicate well is a generic skill that will see you do well in any career. So those of you who've professionally studied writing, I think you've got a very good start in indeed a whole plethora of careers and can take up an interesting number of opportunities. So I think that was wonderful. I want to acknowledge the family and guests who are here with us today and those who are at home or watching. On behalf of the graduates, we thank you for your support that you have shown the graduates throughout their studies. So let me say that the best wishes and the pride of the university go with each and every UTS graduate. Congratulations again.
Apologies. Ladies and gentlemen, the occasional address concludes the formal proceedings of this ceremony. The academic procession is about to leave the Great Hall. Would the congregation please rise for the academic procession?
Thank you.